Okay, we 1 week removed from the Super Bowl. I made my video where I said I felt like Super Bowl halftime was mid and the Super Bowl was mid. You know, a lot of people probably didn't like that. They didn't agree with the video. I didn't get too many views. It's all good. I don't even care. I don't care. I just put it out there. That's the way I feel. And I love Kendrick Lamar music. I just think maybe I done heard some of the stuff too much. You know what I'm talking about? And it just, I don't know. I want some New Orleans people to bounce out there with him too. You know what I'm talking about? But somebody asked the question. They was like, is Drake done? Is it over? Is he finished? Is he waving the white flag? Man, Drake waved the white flag a long time ago. You ain't heard Drake come out with a rebuttal or a different song a long time ago. The nigga sued. The nigga's, hey, bud, I'm gonna sue. He sued. Nigga sued for peace. And then dropped the album with Party Next Door where he's just crooning to the ladies. That's why Drake not done, honestly. That's why he not finished. He just has to go back to who he really is. He has to go back to what his core fan base was built around, which was him making song to the ladies, or talk to the ladies, or about the ladies, or about his own personal experiences. I just think right now with the whole situation with him and Kendrick, Kendrick won. Drake don't do no more tough guy stuff. You really lost the last two battles. You know what I'm saying? You really lost the last two. Cause listen, a producer made a song called BBL Drizzy that got you. Pusha T really killed you when you was beef with Pusha T. And Drake's a great artist. He's the biggest pop artist in the world, especially as a hip hop artist. So he's not gonna be finished. You just can't do none of that tough guy stuff no more. Just leave that alone. Leave that alone. If you're gonna spar with somebody and they friendly, you know, like a Will Smith type of rapper, do that. Do that. But these street dudes, leave them alone. Like the ones that actually got lyrics and bars and not over emotional and crying all the time like me, leave them alone. Leave them alone, Drake. Let that go. Go talk to the ladies. You know what I'm talking about? However I feel about Drake as a culture vulture or his music personally, one thing I can say, all the women in that's in the industry that's famous that I've had a crush on or I wanted to knock down, Drake done hit them all. He done hit them all. You living a good life. You never needed to try to be this super goon thug, the ultimate lyricist, the Billy Badass. You never needed to do that. You never needed to do that. Wheelchair Jimmy, you never needed that. Should have stayed doing Marvin's Room, Teenage Fever, things like that. Like, bruh, you winning all the time doing that. You don't need to mess with a Kendrick. You don't need to do that. Somebody should have warned him, leave that alone. Let that go. Make a 7 a.m. in Chicago or something. You know what I'm talking about? A 3:30 in Baltimore. You know what I'm talking about? Do that. That's the Drake that's the Drake that gets to it. Get to the bread. But leave them real rapping ass niggas alone. Leave them niggas alone. You know, when I was younger, I think I've said this before, I had two sets of friends. You know what I'm saying? I played on both sides of the street. I had my hood friends that I hung out with, and we did hood stuff. We got into stuff. We mixed it up. We wanted action. Everywhere we went, we wanted action. Whether we was outnumbered, undernumbered, overnumbered, it didn't matter. We was going to kick somebody in the behind. That's how we got down. You know what I'm saying? That was fun to us. And I had my nerd friends who wasn't from the hood. And people get offended when I call people nerds or square. I call women that all the time. But I had people that just wasn't of that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't built like that or cut like that, how we say. They wasn't cut like that. And that wasn't what they was into, just going places and getting into fights and shootouts and stuff like that. They wasn't into that stuff. We did that on the other side of the street. But those friends kept me out of trouble. And I had fun with those friends. That's why I have my nerdy side to me. And I like to talk about, you know, I can go from hip hop to comic books and movies and cartoons and stuff like that. And I can get edgy. I can really go deep, but I just don't want to lead. I want to leave that where it's at. Because that's not where I want to go with my life. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube and I be entertained by it a little bit, but I don't want to dabble in it. Because I don't want to go back to that place. I'm not that person anymore. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I started rapping with a lot of my friends who were from the other side of the street, from the suburbs. They just want to make music and party and have fun and drink. That's the worst. You know what I'm talking about? They wasn't into violence and hurting people and asserting dominance. They weren't into that, which is cool. They kept me out of trouble. And some of my friends in the hood, they might have looked at him like, man, Rick Lane, he ain't with them niggas. Rick with them. But the other friends, we started going places. We traveling. We experiencing stuff. We on stage. We having fun. I done did a lot. I did radio for 10 years. You know what I'm talking about? Me and my partner had songs all on the radio. Another one of my partners, a major producer. Like, I had fun with those guys. But when I did bring them to hood functions, because they want to go to parties and they had a car before I did, I used to always tell my hood partners, hey, if anything pop off, leave them alone. Don't touch them. They with me. They with me. I had to protect them. I had to keep them out of the funk. I had to keep them out of the mess. And it was a couple of times that things happened and I was mad that they either left me or they wouldn't have had my back. And I had to remember, like, they not that. I'm that. I'm bringing them down into the muck of this. They don't need to do with none of this. They don't need to be involved in none of that. That's me. I can handle that. I'm built like that. I chose. They not that. Y'all have fun, drink, get to the women. Like, I enjoy coming over there with y'all. I bring other people to y'all so now we can have more fun and we can do it big and we can stay out of trouble, you know, and you know what I'm saying? We protect it. But I'll be that fence. I'll be that guard dog because I was a little more rough around the edges than them. You know what I'm saying? Leave my fun friends alone. Leave them alone. And that's how labels should treat Drake, or the people around Drake should treat Drake. Leave them niggas alone. You stay over here in this lane. You stay over there. And eventually that's what I did. I grew out of what I was and who I was and what I was capable of, and I became more like them. And I stayed on that side. You know what I'm talking about? I stayed on that side with my nerdy friends, and we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things. We went a lot of places. And it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was different. I think a lot of people be fascinated with the hood so much and being a big dog and crossing people and, like they say, sliming. They be fascinated with their life. They don't understand. You ain't never had to look over your shoulder. You ain't never had wars and rumors of wars. You know, niggas claiming they done whooped you, they done shot at you, they gon' shoot you, they gon' get you. You ain't never had to do it. You ain't never had to deal with that. You never had to go places and look over your shoulder and think, oh, they gonna get me because of what we did. Like, you don't have to do that. Why are y'all fascinated with the streets so much? Why are y'all fascinated with being hard so much? I thought the goal was to get money and be loved. I thought that was the goal. To take care of your kids, your family, and have the ladies love you. I thought that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just speaking. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Drake, you're not even from here. You didn't have to come with that extra machismo. Just be you. Just be you. You know what I'm talking about? Just be you. That's my opinion on that. I don't think Drake done. I don't think you can finish him. I don't think you can end him, but he definitely was beaten. He definitely got kicked in the middle of his ass. You know what I'm talking about? Right in the middle of that mug. Boochie. Boochie. But as long as he keep crooning and making good songs that's catchy for the radio and for the women and for the youth, like I said, Teenage Fever, Marvin's Room, all this stuff like that, like, his career ain't over. His career ain't over. He ain't even have to sue. Like, nigga, what you sue for? They go back to the street side and then, like, listen, one thing about it, when you get punched a couple of times, you realize punches really don't hurt. But when you ain't never just been punched on before, it feel like the end of the world. It feel like the end of, like, oh my gosh. Look, I'm rambling now. Like, I remember one time, man, this ain't got to, it kind of do, but it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I remember one time, man, it was a bunch of dudes came to my high school. And my high school was rough. And they had on the wrong colors at the time. Not saying that some of those colors didn't go to my school. My school was predominantly one affiliation. Predominantly. But anyway, we had a big fight outside. And we outnumbered them because they was in our territory. But anyway, man, we whooping this dude so bad. I'm talking about we whooping him. And out of everybody, he cocked back and punched me so god doggone hard. I thought to myself, I said, damn, what that nigga hit me for? Oh my gosh, that gotta be how Drake felt. Like, damn, what Kendrick hit me for. Like, god damn, he hit me hard out of everybody. I'm not the only one that's done took punches on it.